Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. Today I have a very special episode for you, and this is perhaps first of the many podcasts we'll be having very soon on the channel with college people, because I have promised you कि आने वाला जो content होने वाला है that's going to be relevant for all kinds of people. अपने school में भी JEE videos भी आ रही होंगी, vlogs आ रहे होंगे, and of course now I have also started this little series on, let's say, entrepreneurship, finance, etc. The first episode had to be big, so I brought somebody I am inspired by, and that's Samiksha Patel. She's an undergraduate, a second year undergraduate from my department, which is the mechanical engineering department of IIT Bombay. And I actually first came to know about her on LinkedIn. So मैंने LinkedIn पे posts देखी थी, and they used to be very detailed and very interesting posts to read. And gradually थोड़ा बहुत और बातचीत हुई तो पता चला she has done a startup in her first year. In fact, before her first year of college. So I thought this story is something which needs to be heard. This has to be told to our audience, to you guys watching this. And I'm pretty sure you guys will end up being impressed and inspired by her. Thank you so much, Samiksha, for agreeing to this.
Thank you so much for having me. So hey everyone, hi. So first of all, मैं तो ये बोलना चाहूँगी that this has been a great journey from being a viewer of your YouTube channel to featuring in one of them. So this is really great.
ठीक है. Alright, Samiksha, so I actually want to deep dive into your story, and the idea behind this podcast is so that people can understand you better. There are a lot of people hearing this who want to be entrepreneurs, because आजकल obviously after Shark Tank and all this, India में entrepreneurship की wave obviously बहुत high है, and rightfully so, because there are a lot of opportunities available. There are lot of things, a lot of spheres people can work in, but फिर भी कहीं ना कहीं students थोड़े skeptical हो जाते हैं. They do not know how they want to start off. किस तरीके से उनको परस्यू करना है, स्टार्ट किस तरीके से करते हैं. सो द आइडिया इज बेसिकली टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट, अंडरस्टैंड यू एज अ पर्सन, एंड हैव सम फन ऑन द व्लॉग, नॉट ऑन द व्लॉग, ऑन द पॉडकास्ट. आई एम रियली सॉरी, व्लॉग्स आते रहते हैं बट अब पॉडकास्ट भी आने लगेंगे. सो ऑन द पॉडकास्ट वी आर गोइंग टू हैव सम फन. लेट्स क्विकली स्टार्ट इट ऑफ देन.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Alright, Samiksha, so to understand you better, actually, let's trace back your journey to the time, let's say, where you were brought up, how you were brought up, कहाँ पे, कैसी life है, what made Samiksha Patel land up in IIT Bombay?
Okay, so to begin with, I was born and brought up in the steel city of India. It is Rourkela in Odisha, and my dad is a central government officer, and my mom, she used to be a teacher, but she gave up her job, and now she is a passionate writer. She's a novelist and has and so she's someone who inspires me, because at an age where people think that okay, I'm done with life, she's like nahi, there's so much left, and she started following a passion again, that is writing, and she's been doing great. So so that was quite my life. And this entrepreneurship thing, this happened to me because I have my maternal grandmother. She is like above 65, around 70, and she manages our business. She has agricultural farms and a lot of things she does. So I was like, she is a true entrepreneur, to be honest, and she's the only one, because in my family everyone is into government jobs. So she's someone who inspires me a lot. Like creating businesses out of nothing and creating wealth out of nothing is something great that she does. And so I studied there in St. Joseph's Convent School till standard 9th, and was pretty good at studies and other extracurriculars. and it so happened that I was in LKG. I'll trace back again. And my mom was busy with her work, and dad was the one who was holding me. I was like, he was holding me, showing the moon up there, and he was saying, please drink the Horlicks. And I said कि वो moon के पास जाने के लिए what do I do? And he said, you need to become an astronaut. I'm sure he won't regret saying that. He's not regretting saying that, because because when he said you need to become an astronaut, I was like, oh, an astronaut. I couldn't spell it, but I was like, something astro, and I need to become that. Gradually I grew up. By the time I was in second standard, I was pretty sure that I was going to become an astronaut. And then I came to know, my parents said कि astronaut बनने के लिए you need to go to IITs. So I was like कि here you need to study till 12, and there's another school called IIT where you get admitted to and you study and become an astronaut in future. So so this kept going on, like kept kept me moving on for years कि अभी IIT जाना है, I need to become an astronaut. And I also remember कि second standard में I was like really counting कि कितने साल बचे 12th standard complete होने में. So I was that excited. As I grew up, I understood कि okay, astronaut is just one part, but what I actually want to be is something different. So as I grew up, I figured out कि mechanical engineering is something I really love. So I thought कि IIT Bombay mechanical engineering. Now many people think कि जोसा में जो आया वो ले लिया, ऐसा नहीं है, because you know I actually wanted to be a mechanical engineer. So फिर 10th standard में I and mom, she left her job, we moved to Quora, I prepared from there. और फिर वहाँ से after a roller coaster ride of 3 years, 10th, 11th and 12th, I finally landed up here at IIT Bombay.
Wow.
Chose mechanical engineering. IIT Bombay was my first choice in JOSA. I got that in all the subsequent rounds, and so here I am today.
ठीक है. So when you say your early exposure to startups had been your maternal grandmother, I am pretty sure मतलब at that a young age you did not know कि I mean you would have been inspired by her कि she's doing this and that's something different from the usual. But फिर भी like what was that first thing where you started off innovating in the entrepreneurship space? When did you first learn about it कि यार ऐसा भी कुछ होता है that I can perhaps start my own thing, I can start out my own venture?
Okay, so if you ask me कि when did I start thinking of entrepreneurship or when did I learn about the word startup or entrepreneurship, then I was in the 8th standard and I was very much into quiz competitions. I played interstates in that.
I relate to that. Okay.
So I was an avid newspaper reader. So one day I came across this article of Oyo's founder Ritesh Agarwal, and I was quite inspired. Like we always dream of working in a company and earning well, which is good. But why do we never think of owning your own company?
Right.
So I was like, this is really good. And then I read on the article and I realized that he's also from Odisha, from very, very basic background. Someone grew up and went to some other place, figured a problem, found out a solution, built it up, and it's now worth in crores.
Right.
So I was quite inspired that people here, there are people who make little differences in their lives. There are people who make huge differences in other people's lives. So I wanted to be someone of the second sort. So I realized कि यार अभी तो entrepreneurship करना, I want to have my own company. तो 8th standard में तो this was fixed कि I won't work in someone else's company. मतलब going to किसी दूसरे की company में जाके तीसरे की सुनकर करना was like literally not me. I realized it.
Okay.
I had this inner voice. तो I realized कि ठीक है, अब तो entrepreneurship करना है, खुद की company करनी है. And now it was this time 8th standard में that I learned the word startup. लेकिन that time India में we did not have that startup wave. So there was no craze. If I went and told my teachers or perhaps friends कि अब वो जो dream था to work in NASA and stuff has now gone to something of creating my own startup. तो startup को पहले लोग business से equate कर देते हैं. And then say क्या business करना है खुद का? They take it in a very negative way.
Right.
So I did not say to anyone. Also I was like कि IIT तो करना ही है because the kind of opportunities we get here, whether you are into tech, whether you are into entrepreneurship, it's like undefeated. So I was like कि IIT तो करना है, so let's focus on getting into IIT first.
Right.
वहाँ जाकर I figure it out कि क्या करना है actually. So that is when I learned about entrepreneurship and yeah.
Right, that makes sense actually. I remember my dad sent me Ritesh Agarwal ki story after it became a unicorn, and that's when I first read that story. Okay, Samiksha, I think let's dive deep into your first startup, which is Innovator. Okay, so the audience would love to know about it, but firstly I'd like to know how did the idea pop up to you? कैसे सोचा था ये, कैसे दिमाग में आया, कुछ था इसके पीछे कोई ऐसे एक जर्नी?
Yeah. So first of all, I would like to say कि Innovator is made of two words. It's innovation plus escalator.
Okay.
And our tagline is escalating innovation. So I came up with this idea towards the beginning of 12th standard.
Okay.
And this is a story how I came up with this idea.
Great.
So there's this government's platform called NIF, National Innovation Foundation.
Okay.
So I somehow came about it in my 6th standard. And what you used to do is school students के लिए होता था up till 12th standard, and you have an innovation or an idea and you write something, draw the picture, diagram, whatever, upload it, and they select you, and then you are given awards and prizes and something. So I was quite interested कि wow, and I was always having loads of ideas कि ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे.
Right.
So in 6th standard I thought of giving it a shot. So I submitted one idea.
Do you
And
remember what it was? 6th standard में?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
Okay. So it was made of Scotch Brite and aluminium foils, like that roll you have.
build a prototype also.
Yeah, I built it.
Wow.
And it was
So what was it basically?
It was
Scotch Brite से क्या बनाया?
it was basically meant for cleaning spider webs.
Okay.
So if you see what I used, actually the problem was in my home कि Sundays को was meant for cleaning stuff and Sundays were meant for me to study, like I used to sit and study for that. So my mom used to get busy with that web कि maid आई है to instruct her कि वहाँ पर है and then she used to say कि बेटा उधर से उठ जाओ, come this side, spider webs will fall on you. तो वो एक सीन एपिसोड चलता था घर पे. तो I was like fed up कि ये इससे साफ कर रहे हैं, वो नीचे गिर रहा है, उधर से उठकर नोटबुक्स लेकर जाओ. I was like fed up. So I thought कि why not do something कि वो spider web नीचे आई ना, वो उधर ही टैकल हो जाए. So I did this thing कि एक वो I had this kit, mechanical kit सबके पास बचपन में होता है. You have a motor, you have a fan, you have a bulb. So I took the motor from there and joined 2 wires. और motor के ऊपर जो moving part होता है, there I attached a piece of a Scotch Brite, rolled over it, and then attached a battery and a switch. Of course, for attaching the switch, I took my dad's help. And जब build हो गया, what you need to do is put on the switch और spider web पे जाकर you show it. So the spider web वो उधर entangled over there. तो वो नीचे नहीं आता, हो जाता है वो.
Wow, imagine doing that in 6th grade, guys. मेरे को तो याद भी नहीं 6th grade में मैं तो भाई Olympiads दे रहा था. I was more like an academically oriented person. But that's interesting. 6th grade में ऐसे motor पे लगा के spider web catcher. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, and continue with the story then. First 6th में you gave NIF.
I did this, but I got rejected. I don't know why.
Okay.
I thought कि ठीक है, first time था चलता है. 7th standard में I tried with some other idea. I don't remember also. I got rejected again. 8th में rejected, 9th में rejected, 10th में rejected.
You didn't give up.
I didn't know. Exactly. With some new idea कि hoping कि इस बार हो जाए.
Right.
Then 11th standard में I thought कि थोड़ा JEE का pressure वगैरह था, तो I thought कि ठीक है नहीं कर. 12th में there was this lockdown. I was a bit chill. थोड़ा फ्री टाइम था. So I thought कि let's give it the last try because 12th standard उसके बाद I won't be able to. I went to their portal and I came to know कि वहाँ submission button है ही नहीं. So I wrote mails to the persons concerned and I received an email saying कि sorry, we have closed down on the platform and now we have something new which is open only for 6th to 8th standard students.
Okay.
So I was like कि एक ही platform था इंडिया में which used to foster this innovation into young minds and that too these people have closed down.
Right.
So I thought कि why not have a platform? And also I saw some loopholes in their system कि एक बार आप contest करवाते हो, so it ends. Contest में selection हो गया, you give away the prizes, it ends.
Right.
It doesn't go forward. So I thought कि let's build a platform wherein you just have to come submit your ideas. We do not even require a prototype or something. Just submit your ideas. You have a diagram to explain. You do that. And we do not have restrictions as other platforms कि 10 बच्चों को ही select करना. We are going to give you awards.
Right.
And we do not stop at giving awards. We give you that. But then we take it forward. We build prototypes.
Right.
Help you build prototypes if you want to. And then take it forward. File patents. Maybe do great stuff with those things.
Right.
So that is what we are working on now.
Okay, so that is innovator basically. That's an innovation escalator.
Yeah.
Wow, Samiksha, that is quite an inspiration actually. एकदम अपने बचपन की स्टोरी से रिलेट करना एकदम ऐसे ऑलमोस्ट मूवी लाइक लग रहा है. पहले अपनी नानी से इंस्पायर होके देन मूविंग ऑन टू क्लास 6, 7, 8 में गेटिंग रिजेक्टेड एंड फिर भाई हम खुद ही बनाएंगे ये वो वाली काफी सही स्टोरी है यार. दिस इज नाइस. व्हेन यू वर डूइंग दिस इन योर स्कूल टाइम वर देयर मोर पीपल डूइंग दिस विद यू? NIF में क्या पार्टिसिपेशन रेट रहता था? दैट इंक्रीज ओवर द इयर्स? कुछ ऐसा स्टार्ट देखा है तुमने? लाइक how has basically entrepreneurship mindset changed in India over the past few years, especially in students?
Yeah. So in the past few years, it has increased a lot because when I was in school, the same school had no entrepreneurial spirit in the students especially. But now when I see some of my juniors, they are like inclined towards it. At least they know. At least 6, 7 standard people know startups क्या है, what the things are. So statistically काफी increase हुआ है. And if you talk about NIF, so when I was in 6th standard, I guess I was the only one participating.
Okay.
And by the time I was in, I think I was in 8th or 9th, I had 2 more people participating.
Okay. From your school?
Yeah, from my school.
Okay.
But over years, if you look at my region, loads of people participated. There were other schools, and people used to get selected. So I also had a bit of agony कि दूसरे school से बच्चे select हो रहे हैं and I'm not getting selected. So I thought कि खुद का ही platform बना लेंगे and then people will come and यहाँ submit करेंगे.
अपने स्कूल के बच्चे को जिताएंगे. ये तो भाई वो इंटर स्कूल कॉम्पिटिशन पे जाते थे ना, स्कूल की याद आ गई, खुद कंपटीशन करके खुद जिता देते थे. But I'm pretty sure you're not doing that अभी इनोवेटर में.
नहीं, we are not doing that. On a serious note, of course. And in fact, we don't even ask you कि कौन से स्कूल से हो, क्या qualification है. We
Which
just
should
need,
not be the case actually.
Yeah, actually.
क्यों मतलब उस चीज को लेके आओ इसमें?
Yeah, right. We just need your phone number, email ID, or address, your name, of course. Nothing
Perfect.
else.
I love that. बढ़िया है.
Yeah, not even your age. We don't want to know anything.
Okay, so my next question on that is actually, let's say somebody listening to you has an idea, ठीक है, is thinking about something, कोई idea है he or she, and they want to actually make it a reality. Now, of course, you changed it from an idea to a reality, and people do say the execution part of it is the most difficult thing about starting a startup. So, how did that happen? Like, I can imagine you had your own struggles with that. So, थोड़ा सा मतलब let's talk about your struggles which you had an innovator. In general, भी एक student perspective से क्या struggles usually आती है, and how do people tackle that? How did you tackle that?
Yeah. So the most difficult step is the first step. Right. So if you look at your idea as a whole, तो वो काफी बड़ा लगता है, and you think कि नहीं हो पाएगा. I need funds maybe, I need this maybe, I need help maybe. But break it down. This is what I did. I had a diary. I still have it. And जब JEE का खत्म हुआ जिस दिन, the very next day I sat, I opened the diary, I looked at my idea, थोड़ा सा उसको अच्छे से देखा as a whole, and it looked very big कि ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है, पेटेंट भी करवाना है, वो भी करवाना है. But then I broke it down कि अभी first step क्या होना चाहिए? What do I need? मेरा first need था to have a platform जहाँ लोग आकर सबमिट कर सकें. So my first task was to build a platform. Also हमें जब भी कुछ build करना होता है, we think कि अभी किसी को hire कर लेंगे, कोई कर देगा. But नहीं, जब when you are beginning with something, try to learn it yourself. So website building का काम था, and I never liked coding, to be honest. I still don't like it. So I thought कि कुछ easy सा कुछ ढूंढते हैं YouTube पे, शायद मिल जाए. And then I searched कि how to build your website without coding. And there are hundreds of people teaching you. I found some amazing people. I saw those 10-15 minutes video, tried building the website from scratch, started building it, and I think I took some 2-3 days.
So did you like hard code it, or did you use like a platform?
I used WordPress. WordPress. Platform host हो गया, platform was live. Here I faced the struggle. You know, I was completely new कि एकदम एक तो 2-3 साल सिर्फ JEE को दिया था, तो this was a completely different mindset I was coming to. तो I did not know the struggles that had to come. So platform बन गया. I thought कि I was quite active on LinkedIn, तो मैं अब जाके LinkedIn में post करूँगी, and the next day 200-300 people would have submitted their ideas, and I'll be like, oh my god, दूसरे दिन इतने सारे ideas, तीसरे दिन prototypes, चौथे दिन unicorn, और हो जाता है startup journey.
I have been there. I think वो वाला phase आता है, but what actually happened then?
But then what happened is I kept on posting on LinkedIn कि this is my platform, we have built this, you can do this. I guess it took me.
And by the way, guys, some quality posts, मतलब समीक्षा की posts, you can go check it out on LinkedIn. बहुत मतलब बढ़िया होती थी, so it's not like post की गलती थी.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, so ऐसा था कि I couldn't somehow target the audience because I did not know how to what target audiences actually are and how to target them. तो LinkedIn पे I don't have that age group that I was targeting, so that was the mistake I committed. तो post तो कर दिया, लेकिन I took some 1 month for my first input to come. It took me around 1 month when one person posted something, like submitted an idea. It was really great, and you know, अभी भी I do not have many ideas coming up. The reason is कि after a month, after 2 months, I guess, I realized कि there is something that needs to be done, and that was I needed to learn how to target audience, what the social media strategies are, what the marketing channels are, how to market your product. So what I did was I switched to LinkedIn, started giving more time on it, started understanding the mindset of people, started understanding the mindset of people using other social media platforms. Then I joined a startup called On Finance. Then I worked there for 5-6 months in the growth strategy team. There I learned a lot of things कि कैसे marketing करना होता है. If your target audience is this, college students है, Gen Z है तो इधर जाओ, millennials हैं तो इधर जाओ, school students हैं तो इधर जाओ. I thought कि marketing सीखना चाहिए and I learned it over time. So now last like 15 days ago I left my position there at On Finance. I was previously the head of growth there. I left my position there and I'm now planning to start Innovator all over again, revamp the website. I'm looking for tech teams, who can turn the ideas into prototypes, who are into, research maybe, because these are really cool ideas. If they can be turned into reality, our innovation index is going to shoot up.
Okay.
So that is also one motto, to shoot up India's innovation index.
Yeah, I wish you all the best for that. I'm pretty sure you'll do very well Innovator. And it's a fantastic idea, fantastic inspiration, and fantastic people working there. So I'm pretty sure it'll go great.
I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label,